degree on everything. Where I do take, actually it's 800 movies, 30 years in the business, and 38 educational tapes. I really have to update my bio. Oh my gosh. I've been doing this I know, I'm telling all these lies. The first thing you need to know about porn is that some of it really sucks. Porn can be any one of the following: beautiful, boring, puerile, infantile, juvenile, ugly, stupid, cheap, crass, vulgar. I can continue going on for years on that, different words for porn. In a culture such as ours that is so, as I say, erotophobic, so conflicted about sex and sexuality, coming from the Puritan background that we do have, that really believe that physical erotic pleasure was of the devil, was of taking you away from God. And I grew up in the 70s where the feminist movement was coming up, along with the environmental movement, gay rights movement, anti-war movement, civil rights movement, and the environmental movement. So the 70s were a big decade. And the idea got put out that sex might be a positive thing for women. You know, as recently as 1970, women could not get birth control without the consent of their husbands, meaning unmarried women could not get birth control. So we have come a long way in only 45 years, and we have to remember that. And we have a long way to go, because we have 10,000 years of culture and 40 years of the feminist movement. So I believe, as Craig does, that sex is important. And what you as young adults now get to do, have to do, must do, is decide for yourself what are my values and how shall I live within them and how shall my actions express them. That goes for your faith practice, that goes for your civic-minded practice, and certainly goes double for your sexual practices, because that involves other people. I am also a nurse, so I tell people, I'm a nurse, you can't gross me out, and I have sex for a living, so you can't embarrass me, so ask already. And I also say, I'm old enough to be your mom, but I'm no one's mom, so it's not creepy. I've become the lover I wanted to find when I was your age, someone who's older and wiser with experience, who would teach me the ways of my body and then let me go and be in the world. My first boyfriends weren't that way, but I've become the person I wish I'd found instead of my first husband. Anyway, it's really important that we take ownership of our sexuality and sexual expression and our sexual beliefs. You're at a time in your life now where you are separating from your parents and just having to figure out which of my parents' beliefs work for me and which of my parents' beliefs don't quite work for me, and I have to find my own way. And it's really important to do that, because I kept a lot of my family's beliefs around what's an integral person, what's an honorable person. But I'm queer, I'm a bisexual, I'm exhibitionistic, I'm non-monogamous, I'm a voyeur, I am sexually anomalous, and if I had tried to put myself into my mother's box of heterosexual monogamy, I would be certifiably insane. I'd be on drugs or on pills or taking antidepressants or something bad for me. So stepping out for yourself and this is me, this is who I am, this is my belief system, is a really important part of where you're at. Porn can be empowering for those for whom it's empowering. And porn is not empowering for those who still believe that sex is for marriage and babies, and you find yourself in a sexual job. It would be pretty horrible to find yourself confronted with those choices every day. The fact that porn is a part of the entertainment business. The entertainment business, based in LA, is a giant maw of endless need, feeding on the desires and fantasies of young people everywhere who stream into LA by the busload every week, hoping to make it. The entertainment business requires somebody who needs validation and approval to put themselves at risk every day for rejection in new and interesting ways. Anybody who wants to be on stage in front of the camera behind a mic is someone who needs attention, wants attention, and that includes me. And porn is no different. For the people it's good for, it's been excellent. For the people it's bad for, they should have stayed home. People ask me, Nina, who should make pornography? And I say that If you have a message about sex that's so important that you will deliver it with your own body to the detriment of your future, porn is the right place for you. Everybody else should stay home. I consciously got into pornography when I was 23 when I started dancing, 25 when I made movies. I knew I wasn't going to have kids. I knew that speaking about sex as a feminist was really important for me. So, I got into business way before the internet age. And the internet's been bad for a lot of things, and certainly it's been bad for porn because now it is too easy to get before you are interested in it. Back in the day when we were young, you had to get out of your home and go down to a store and show your ID and physically go find it and bring it home. And now it can fall on your lap. Although, also honestly, before I knew about porn, I knew about classic painting. Did you know that the classical painters painted a lot of naked people? Yeah, naked ladies and naked guys. Go look at Ingres's The Turkish Bath. That's Ingres, a famous painter from the mid-19th century. It's a room full of lovely, lush, fluffy, delightful naked ladies. And when I was 12 and I saw that painting, I said, I want to live there. So I'm queer, I'm different. I never dreamt of him, I always dreamt of them. I have a first idea of a room full of naked people. Yeah, when I was 12. I didn't know the word orgy. I'd never seen porn. I'm queer. And so for me, porn has been a very good place because I like it has boundaries. This is what we're here for. We're not pretending to be in love. You don't have to lie to me, tell me you love me. I don't have to lie to you, say I'm in love with you. I can say, hey, you're cute. We're working together today. Excellent. It works for me. It's not for everybody. But porn has tropes. And of course, in porn, everybody's having a good time. You can notice the air quotes, and women are liking it because in real life, sex is hard for men to get because women are taught they have to put up all these hoops because if they don't put up all these hoops, she'll be a slut, he'll slut shame her, and he won't call again. They have to do this dance. So in the fantasy for men, porn, sex is easy to get. The female porn is the romance. The beautiful, innocent young girl meets the handsome, older, dashing, rich, experienced, charming, handsome older man who, by the end of the book, will renounce all other lovers and be monogamous with her. The end, happily ever after. Each are a little bit unrealistic. Just saying. So, of course, porn is unrealistic. It's a fantasy. And eroticism and erotic energy and our desire are unruly. They are transgressive. We want what we want. We desire what we desire. That doesn't mean you get to act on it, but you can want whatever you want. Your brain should have complete mental freedom. And some of the things we want aren't pretty. Some of the things we fantasize aren't pretty. I don't like the porn that Craig mentioned. I don't look at it. I also don't watch the Saw movies or the Hostel movies or the Freddy Krueger movies. But in porn, why does she desire your penis? Because it's porn. And in a thriller, why is he chasing through the halls with a gun? Because it's a thriller. And why is the person being chased after with a chainsaw? Because it's a horror movie. And why do those people who obviously need to be together keep fighting? Because it's a rom-com, and that's what happens in a rom-com before a happy ending. So porn has a trope. I want it, you want it, there are no consequences. Because in fantasy, there's no death, disease, or pregnancy. You, however, do live in the real world. So first of all, it is better to graduate a 22-year-old virgin than a 22-year-old person who had really bad experiences because they drank. So first, do not drink and try to have sex. Let me say that again. Do not drink and try to have sex. Do not drink to cover up being nervous. Just say, you know what, I'm nervous. And if the other person says, well, you a wimp? I guess I am. You are now over 18. Your safety is your responsibility. You don't walk around the campus after dark alone if you're a woman, and you don't go drinking, you go to frat houses. Duh. Not that you asked for it, but it's imprudent. It's imprudent. So there's no reason to be unsafe while you're exploring your sexuality if you can learn to say, I'm down for this and not that. I would love to make out with you, and you may even get some boobies through my blouse, but that's it. Is that okay with you? And you can say, okay. And then we can say, sweet. And if you try to go further, I can say, dude, not our agreement. And I can say, there's a door. And you can say, damn, I shouldn't. You must learn to speak. In our culture, women do not say, yes, it is illegal to have sex with us. We hold all the door keys. So if you have 10 hoops that your partner has to jump through before he gets some booby, tell him, here are the 10 hoops that you must jump through before you get some booby through my blouse. And you can say, that's too many hoops. I can say, walk on by. Eventually, someone will be there and say, you know what? I agree to your standards. Sweet. We have to speak it. What are my desires? What are my values? Which one's Kiri? Sweet. And it's really important that we take ownership of who and what we want, which can change over time. Things I didn't used to like, rock my world now. And things that I used to like, I'm over it, don't need to do it anymore. It's really important. The conversation is really, really important to have with yourself. So in terms of there is no shame in being a virgin. It's better to be a 22-year-old virgin with no regrets than a 22-year-old person who has pictures of their drunken selves posted on Facebook that your future bosses are going to see.